So here I am. I can bring in anchors from the harbor. Talk to Seesaw Colors. I think she was down here. No? Up there maybe? Oh right, that's the Fighters Guild mission. So I have to go up there, sorry about that. My bad. Right. Hi.
Back so soon, comrade?
Merrick and Olive stopped the cultists, but the projection appeared to us. A Dremora woman.
Vision of a Dremora. This clouds the waters. The forces of Molag Bal must know more than we realized. What did she say?
She talked about the Mortum Vivicus. I don't know what that is.
Nor do I, comrade. Interesting. Did she say anything else?
She said she would take a Red Guard's soul. She's going after Merrick.
This dries my scales. Recruit, you must get to them. Aleph and Merrick are competent, but the Daedra are not to be trusted. Find them near Ebonheart. I will rally our forces here and investigate this Vivicus, whatever it is.
Will do, Guildmaster. Find Merrick and Dalek. That's funny that I haven't done the main quest in so long. And I don't even plan on it for a while. Sorry. That's just how I am. Side quests always before main quests. Although technically that is also a main quest because it's a guild quest. But I guess if I wanted to do side quests, true side quests, then this. Find and talk to Bulak, Idolus in Shadowfen. Where in the world is that? Oh right, that's the other one I had. And main quest is right here. Well. What? So... I don't even understand. Doesn't matter. Next I should find stands in still water, enter Fungal Grotto 1. I'll do guild quests, long lost lore, why not? Sorry, but decline. It's the other way, it's that way. Where is it exactly? Over there. That is a long way away. Also, I did make some room. I don't know how to deconstruct accessories, but I have 34 inventory spaces. I also used 2000 gold to buy an additional 10 bank slots, so I can now fit 70 items into my bank, just like I can fit 70 items into my inventory. So that's a good thing, that's 140 spots. But there are so many crafting items that I need more. I remember that buying an additional 10 inventory slots cost 2000 gold. And I have 2,500. Oh, 1,000 cost the bank slot. Not the 2,000, sorry about that. 1,000. But I don't know where I can buy more inventory slots. Is there a place in Damon's Watch? I don't know, I would have to look into it. But I haven't seen one. I haven't seen anyone who... What is this, the lady? The lady discovered. Okay. Running away! Hi, I'm gonna collect this. Ow. Oh, and also, I got an improved version of that. I still don't have any soul gems, unfortunately. However, look at this. 1771 point damage shield for 5 seconds. So before it was like 1500, I think. So I enchanted that one myself. I was just using random runes and I just happened upon it. So that was nice. So now I have a better version of that shield. No, you don't. Enter the ruins. So both of these are hostile. Or not. Hi. Well, never mind. Jeez, these are all hostile. Oh, that's a nick sound. Well, I got some back. Long Rust Ruins. They are on the other mountain, not this one. I will collect everything I can. I just have to keep it in mind that I don't have an unlimited amount of inventory spaces just yet. There are like 120 different crafting items. Or even more. But that's about as many as I have had. Inner Sea Armature discovered. Okay. That is a dungeon. Delve. Yep, that is a dungeon icon. What the vanished Dwarven people called this small subterranean site is now lost to history. Knock them dead with this casual hairstyle. I like mine. Emulate the distinctive. Plus free trial, free grounds not included, enjoy the benefits. Yeah. So this is also a public zone. A diagram. Interesting. Dwarven pipe cap. Novice blacksmithing furniture. Yay. Where am I going? Oh, hello. I did not realize these are hostile. Boom. Thank you. Let's see what these are. 2200, but gives magicka instead of stamina. Increased gold gain from looting enemies, that's something. I'll use them, why not? That was totally worth it, I got several no lockpicks. There are so many domes here. I'll go this way. Oh, hello. So they are all in groups of 2? Rawhide boots of Magicka. I'm gonna go to this dome. Nope. I didn't use the soul. The bind. Nice one. Boom. Jeez, how many are there? I got some of my stamina back. Now, where is that dome? There it is. More outlaws. Down you go. Untold legends. As the great ships of men crawled the waves to their destinies, there were, after long years, a number of tales lost in the mists of morning. Even after the forgetting though, wisps of story find ways to receptive ears, as even the deepest of secrets never truly dies. And when fires burn and the night grows soft in, the rest of this tome is illegible due to age and wear. Aww. Oh well. Hi, Wild Guardian. So for the next one I can... There is some lootable items there, but that's nothing important per se. It's just smaller stuff like that. Dwarven sphere. Hello. Nice. Good job. Whoa, what is this room? The tome is on the other side. Is there anything else to read? Here is the tome. No, that's something else to read. And that is a lot of enemies. That was insane. Ancient Scrolls of the Dwemer. YA. Ancient Scrolls of the Ransom of Zarek, Part 1. By Marobar Sul. Jalamil stood in her garden and read the letter her servant had brought her. The bouquet of roses in her hand fell to the ground. For a moment, it was as if all birds had ceased to sing and the cloud had passed over the sky. Her carefully cultivated haven seemed to flood over with darkness. "We have Tai's son," it read. "We will be in touch with Tai shortly with our ransom demands." Zarek had never made it as far as Akun after all. One of the brigands on the road, orcs probably, or a cursed Dunmer must have seen his well-appointed carriage and taken him hostage. Jalamil clutched at a post for support, wondering if her boy had been hurt. He was but a student, not the sort to fight against well-armed men, but had they beaten him? It was more than a mother's heart could bear. "Don't tell me they sent the ransom note so quickly," called a familiar voice, and a familiar face appeared through the hedge. It was Zarek. Jalamil hurried to embrace her boy, tears running down her face. "What happened?" she cried. "I thought thou hadst been kidnapped." "I was," said Zarek. "3 huge soaring Nords attacked my carriage on the Frimworm Pass, brothers as I learned, named Matthijs, Olin, and Korg. Don't shouldst. What? I have seen these men, mother. Each one of them would have had trouble fitting through the front door, I can tell thee." "What happened?" Shalamin repeated. "Were they rescued?" "I thought about waiting for that, but I knew they would send off a ransom note, and I know how to story. So I remembered what my mentor at Akun always said about remaining calm, observing thy surroundings, and looking for thy opponent's weakness." Zarek grinned. "It took a while though, because these fellas were truly monsters, and then when I listened to them bragging to one another, I realized that vanity was their weakness." "What's to do?" "They had me chained at their camp in the woods not far from Kyle, on a high knoll overlooking a wide river. I heard one of them, Korg, telling the others that it would take the better part of an hour to swim across the river and back. They were nodding in agreement when I spoke up. "I could swim that river and back in 30 minutes, I said. "Impossible," said Korg. "I can swim faster than a little whelp like thee." So it was agreed that we would dive off the cliff, swim to the center island, and return. As we went to our respective rocks, Korg took it upon himself to lecture me about all the fine points of swimming, the importance of synchronized movements of the arms and legs for maximum speed, and how essential it was to breathe after only 3rd or 4th stroke. Not too often to slow thyself down, but not too little to lose one's air. I nodded and agreed to all his fine points. Then we dove off the cliffs. I made it to the island and back in a little over an hour, but Korg never returned. He had dashed his brains at the rocks at the base of the cliff. I had noticed the telltale signs of underwater rocks, and had taken the diving rock on the right. "But thou returned?" asked Jamalil astounded. "Was that not when thou escaped?" "It was too risky to escape then," said Zarek. "They could have easily caught me again, and I wasn't keen to be blamed for Korg's disappearance." I said I did not know what happened to him, and after some searching they decided he had forgotten about the race and had swum ashore to hunt for food. They could not see how I could have had anything to do with his disappearance, as fully visible as I was throughout my swim. The 2 brothers began making camp along the rocky cliff edge, picking an ideal location so that I would not be able to escape. One of the brothers, Matthijs, began commenting on the quality of the soil and the gradual incline of the rock that circled around the bay below. It was ideal, he said, for a foot race. I expressed my ignorance of the sport and he was keen to give me details of the proper technique for running a race. He made absurd faces showing how one must breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, how to bend one's knees to the proper angle on the rise, and the importance of sure foot placement. Most important, he explained, was that one must keep an aggressive but not too strenuous pace if one intends to win. It is fine to run in second place throughout the race, he said, provided one has the willpower and strength to pull out in the end. I was an enthusiastic student, and Matthijs decided that we ought to run a quick race around the edge of the bay before night fell. Olin told us to bring some firewood when we came back. We began to at once down the path, skirting the cliff below. I followed his advice about breath, gait, and foot placement, but I ran with all my power right from the start. Despite his much longer legs, I was a few paces ahead as we rounded the first corner. With his eyes on my back, Matthijs did not see the gap in the rock that I jumped over. He plummeted over the cliff before I had the chance to cry out. I spent a few minutes gathering some twigs before I returned to Olin at camp. Cliffhanger! I want to read more. What happened next? Oh well. Cooking mastery the easy way. Yeah, I have done this. I have read that one. Is that the book over there? Maybe. No. Any other readable things around here somewhere? No. Interesting. Let's get that dome then. The winds of change. During the reign of Elgrir, I took notice of the various patterns in the thoughts and behaviors of a troubled populace, and undertook a humble plan to comprehend and something. Populace and undertook a humble plan to comprehend and in the end affect them. Being of ordered mind, I began my taxonomy in the lower classes, which divide evenly into those who. The rest of this tome is illegible due to age and wear. Aww. Again, dating the episodes. As you can see, I'm still not pre-recording these properly. I don't know why. I should play them. I will start today playing a lot more of this. Because there is so much to discover and I want to discover it all. I want to discover everything. Rislav the Writers Part 1, I have already read this. This was not readable, no. Ow. They don't do anything to me. There are so many of them each time. Oh well. Just fighting 2 billion of these things. What? Oh, a petty cliff of stamina. Awesome. Nice. This is so far going well. Examine a tattered note here. Nice. I'm telling you, this ruin has untold treasures. We could even break down the automatons and sell the parts. Haul whatever you can back to their hideout. We're not leaving a scrap behind. Zendrin. Oh, they did. The hell did you do? Also, what did I do? What's a blessed shard? What did I just do? I don't know. But anyway, I will get stamina recovery. Well, I have a better one. Here. No. Here, stamina recovery 600. Doesn't matter. Did all these work? No, I can only have one effect. What? Let's go with stamina recovery then. For 50 minutes. Jeez, these guys are insane. I could get another one. A serum of health. Wrecked. The hidden twilight. The city of ink seeds rose from the desert, shining and decadent. Somehow it still stood. I crossed through the gate and the beast knew exactly where to take me. The way worn by beggars and poets. The only place a man of my appetites can find satisfaction. I'm not proud, but then nobody ever is. The rest of this dome is illegible. Okay. That's 3 out of 4 I have found. Last one is over there. And I believe these also go into the library, don't they? Yeah, they do. 5. Biographies, Wemer. That was the first one, interesting. And Tamriel History, Origin of the Major Scale. That is awesome, isn't it? Zozu, that is a boss. And he has a ton of health. I can do this. Oh, that didn't work. Awesome. Soul Gem. And actually enchanted. These. Impenetrable. Increases your critical resistance by 237 and this item takes 50% less durability damage. Awesome. And of course, 313 max health. Wow. Also, I crafted this myself. It's green quality, but unfortunately no enchantments yet. This is white and I got it from somewhere. And this is, although I crafted one of these. And I enchanted this myself as well. And then I crafted this. Crafted a lot of things, and I also enchanted a lot of things. Summoning Rituals of the Archmage. The book appears blank.
Well done. I am Shalador, young one, and I think you'll do nicely. Return that book to Velost. Tell her fire will show her the words.
Okay. So that's an encrypted book. Interesting. Now where do I have to go next? There's a chest there. Nope. You can't do that to me. Oh, I got a new weapon. And it's a staff. Of course it is. I'm not against staves, but I'm just currently not using one. Nice. Iron sword. 100 sword with an enchantment. Deals 2000 shock damage. Increase weapon and spell critical values by 2%. Give me that. Damn. That looks interesting. Finally a sword. Oops. Treasure chest spotter. Of course I am. Oh, that's already open. Too bad. I guess I'm getting out of here now. Which way? I'm going... That way is probably simpler. Also, I wonder if this is actually doing more damage. Yep, it's 1084, while mine was 900. So that's already a huge improvement. Hello. Nope. Pediglyph of reduced spell cost. Nothing to see here. Swords are so much more enjoyable than other weapon types. Nope. And down you go. My inventory is already full. Because of course it is. I loot way too much. That's why. Inner Sea Armature. Interesting name. Your character's riding skill applies to all your mounts. Good to know. What else can I do here? Find stands in still water. I can go find him. What's this? Shipwreck stand. And what's this? Dian Seat Dolmen. Whatever that is. Hello, Alit. What are you doing here? Oh, you're dead. What happened to you? Stillwater's journal. Can't put it off any longer. Trush is right. We need to head inland. The Shan may be down into the swamps of my homeland. Too much ash in the air. Sounds of combat on the horizon. The 3 banners have come to Stonefalls, and there's no place for independents like us. Shame too, I like this place. Shuldrashi and I have a good thing going in the Ashlands. Always some nasty piece of work crawling out from behind the mushrooms, or crawling up from a volcano's vent. She deals with the house Dunmer. I talk to the Ashlanders. We're making good coin and going where we want. Hope this lasts. The wilds suit me just fine, but then they seem to suit her as well. Never thought I would take on a dark elf as a partner, but she seems to respect me. Shuldrashi doesn't ask questions, doesn't give orders, just does her job. Some days we go hours without talking. She's like the wind in that way. It's been years since I escaped from under the yoke of house stress, and still my scar hurts. That day I learned what I was worth to my master, what I was worth to a dark elf. I would listen to a wind at night, hoping against hope it would carry me away. The day I made my escape I took the dagger, the one he cut me with. As long as I live, it will be my reminder. Can't allow myself to forget. Oh. Targonian's body is just starting to cool. Examine the body. Stands in still water, seems to have been ripped open by an mallet. His dagger is still sheathed at his side, an obvious sigil on the hilt. Take the dagger. This dagger was found on the body of stands in still water. It bears his sigil. So that's the dagger he spoke of. Talk to Shuldrashi at the farm near Krakenmoor. Where? Wow, that is far away. This place is absolutely massive. Find the harborage. That's why you do need those fast travel points, I guess. Because this is insanely large. But it's cool. Although this mountain's design is a little... the texture is a little, well, off. But it's repetitive, let's say. But it's fine. I really like the world here. And I have barely seen it so far. Because there's just so much to do. I love it. I guess next up I will have to go back to town again. Because there is... Hello. Because I'm once again full. Can I consume something? I can. Let's take the carapaces. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to town and sell stuff. And then we will oh, hello. And then I will continue. But I found the lore book, Triumphs of a Monarch, Chapter 6. Chapter 6, Rancer's War, Wayrest besieged. Ever since my accession to the throne of Wayrest in that momentous year of 2E563, the question of who should become my queen consort was ever on my and my advisors' minds. King Rancer of Shomhelm had a goodly daughter, Princess Rael, and her hand was offered to me by my brother of Shonhelm, both early and often. Indeed, my mind was almost made up to accept Princess of Shonhelm when, on a visit to Sentinel, my eyes first beheld the Princess Maraya, daughter of King Fahrajad. From that moment I swore that the Wayrest would have no queen but Maraya. Of course there was another unexpected benefit. As her dowry, she brought the trade agreement between our two states that resulted in great prosperity for all. King Rancer, alas, was wroth that I had not accepted the hand of his daughter, and he withdrew his ambassador from the court of Wayrest. Although Rancer was invited to my wedding to Maraya in the spring of 566, like the other kings of Covenant, he stayed seething in Shornhelm. I should perhaps have paid more attention to Rancer's color, but I was so taken with my new pride and trade issues around the Iliac Bay that mountainous Shornhelm seemed distant and irrelevant. That mistake almost cost me my throne. For over a year Rancer had been quietly mustering his troops and emptying his treasury to hire mercenaries. In last siege of 2E566, he led his army out of Shornhelm in a lightning strike to the south. Rancer had marched through Alcair and Menevia almost before we were aware of his approach. The Shornhelm advance guard reached the gates of Wayrest while the local militias we had quickly mustered were still filing through them. This was a moment when history trembled upon a cusp. If the attacking Old Gate Lancers scattered our militia and took the gate, Wayrest could fall to her attackers within the hour. Fortunately, I was personally present at the gate, along with my Cumberland guard. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, I had my bannerman sound the charge. I led the gate guards and my household troops out against the Old Gate Lancers. My men wore full armor, and I, though unarmored, bore at my side the mighty Oracle Scalpel, an enchanted broadsword of many virtues. The scalpel, drawn for the first time in anger, flashed and hummed like a blade in a sawmill as we hurled ourselves upon the Lancers. Our enemies, who suddenly found themselves opposed by our armored veterans rather than panicky regulars, were further confounded by the sudden onset of a thunderstorm, lashed by hail, their horses terrified by lightning, faced with the Oracle Scalpel scything through their necks and limbs. The wounded Old Gate Lancers hesitated, then broke and ran pell-mell from the gate. By the time Rancer's main forces arrived on the scene, our troops were all within the walls. The gates were shut up tight, but the King of Shornhelm was undeterred. The city of Wayrest found itself once more under siege, and Rancer, with more craft and foresight than the Reachman Turkorak, had come with siege engines in his train. Ooh. Okay. I can't take apples. Okay. That's a thing. Columbine, I can't pick it up because I'm full. But Columbine is so rare, I need it. Sorry, Rose. I'm almost back.